This time we have Mr. Lee Harper with resolutions. After that, Ayana Dixon from the UAW is going to come and Michelle Kirby.
Right, in addition to the resolutions we've already heard, we know that we have one that's forthcoming from the first congressional district by Congressman that we know and love, Jonathan Jackson, will get that one into us. We also have another one from the Cook County Clerk's Office, and the resolution is in respect of John Mitchell, also known as Big John. And last but certainly not least for now, we also have another resolution from Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Aiken. So we want to thank all of our elected officials. We want to thank all of our guests who have submitted resolutions.
Well, tribute's already been breaking out all over the place, honoring my Uncle John. It only takes a spark to get a fire going, and soon all those around will warm up and it's going. That's how it is with God's love. Once you experience it, you spread his love to everyone you want to pass it on. And so I offer you this tribute, passing it on. As a recipient of the Look to the Future program as a young woman, coming up at Operation Push, when you belong to Fellowship Missionary Baptist Church under the late Reverend Dr. Clay Evans, you automatically become a push baby. And so I ran up and down the halls of Operation Push as a little girl, but I've always had Uncle John there mentoring me. Had it not been for Stacey Foster opening the door and bringing me here to meet Uncle John, so many things I would not have been exposed to. Let me tell you the first thing. They exposed me to the headquarters of Black Excellence, where Black Excellency was happening all over this building in every room. Then, if it had not been for John, I would not have been sitting in the room with financial literacy under the late Miss Lucille Loman. I moved over to the other room where John directed me to, where I learned to speak truth to power through the late Reverend Willie Merrill. If it had not been for John showing us non-fictional lawyers like Claire Huxtable, I wouldn't have gotten to see the one-of-one Reverend Jeanette Wilson as a Black attorney. I didn't get a chance to see what the Black Panther Party was like in your day, Reverend Jackson, but I saw Black men pushing, walking all around the building, protecting the premises. I've been exposed to the rest in Operation Push, and if it had not been for John, I wouldn't have been exposed to the political fight of the icon that is Jesse Jackson Sr. I would not have witnessed the oratorical brilliance of what is now Congressman Jonathan Jackson. I would not have witnessed the political genius that still is Jesse Jackson Jr. It was through John and the projects that we did that I was able to be successful. As I close, I want to tell you a story about me calling John. I had recently been hired at Ford Motor Company, and I explained to John 14 years ago that I knew nothing about cars, and that I was afraid to go in and learn. And John would say, stop by the car, get to work. But here's what I want you to do. Go to the union and start to read the books on labor laws. Then I want you to start fighting for jobs, fighting for middle class, fighting for those who suffered like you suffered economically, and raise those people up. So, dear Uncle John, I won my 4th term as an elected official at Ford Motor Company, UAW, but I wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for you. At the age of 21, I came down the push and I found myself ashamed that I was an unwed mother. And I came to give John the news that I was having a baby. And what John did for me was for the very first year and a half of my son's life, 23 years ago now, he provided Pampers for the full entire year and a half of my baby. I've been a recipient of John's genuineness because I partnered with John in Operation Push, Rainbow Push Coalition, and the Ford Motor Company. I didn't know how to pay it back, all those diapers. And so John and I organized a diaper drive called the Boss Baby Diaper Drive with Ford Motor Company. We successfully collected over 572,000 diapers for young women who sat in the same seat that I sat in 20 years prior to that. I am a recipient of all things great about John Mitchell because John not only did that for us, but when we went on strike, John demanded and commanded me to stand at the front of the line where there was nothing but men, but a woman to speak and proclaim that young women, young Black women, will live middle-class lives. We will make six figures. We will continue to fight for social and economic justice. He says, no crying on the front line. Go and use the skills and characteristics that you've been taught by Reverend Jesse Jackson that tears to get your sympathy, but sweat to get your change. I've been a recipient of all things great John Mitchell in this place. Because not only did he do that when we were on strike, he sent cases and cases of food to the soup kitchen, to those union people who could not feed their families. So he made sure that we ate, he made sure that we fought. But the last thing he did was make sure that he sent the iconic Reverend Jesse Jackson